Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we are back. It is June 14th. Just got done recording a podcast with guests. Lord Cognito was out at E3, so just had some viewers and stuff join me in chat, so that'll be a good one. That'll be up on audio platforms, and I'll get that one uploaded later. But not a last word because Cognito wasn't there, but still a fun chat with everybody. But we are here for Xur, and he is back on Nessus, and he is in the big old gold barge. Guess they do want him to make sure everybody goes to the barge for the day. So let's go ahead up inside and see what he's got for inventory. So he's over here on the side. The chests are still not back yet, but Xur is here. So let's see if he's got anything good for the week of June 14th.
May we speak?
All right. Now that's one I didn't expect to see. But quick run through Fated Engram. Remember, we'll get you through basically year 1 and Forsaken. Not anything from the annual passes. So just remember those are not included. So anything from like Black Armory and that stuff, not in there. But everything else before that should be. So what do we have from Tentacle Face Man? Looks more tentacly today than usual. I guess the sun's just catching him right. But, and in case some people were wondering, if you're working on Nightfall solos for the Truth and things like that, you need your 5 of Swords to be able to get that modifier on there. And I had a Nightfall solo for this week coming out. I did the Pyramidion, basically just a completion run, slow and patient and steady. So hopefully that one gets to you guys soon as well. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button and that alert bell, and you guys will see when those come out. But we've got the Queenbreaker. Now, this had its heyday in Gambit for a while. I don't know if it's quite as strong as it once was, just because of it being a little broken. They nerfed it. Fires a long-range precision arc bolt that blinds enemies on hit. You can have marksman sights, long-range sights with slower charge time and greater damage. Displays ammo and charge levels. Low zoom sights with faster charge time and handling displays ability energy. So, for one, it's a really cool weapon. And the Queenbreaker is also a really cool ornament on top of that. So, those are pretty cool. You've got enhanced battery, fitted stock, hip fire grip, and quick draw. Honestly, probably quick draw is going to be the way to go for that one. It's a really cool weapon. It's a unique fusion rifle, if linear. If you don't have it, I don't think it's high in much of any metas right now after linear's kind of got their nerf from being a little too much in Gambit that people didn't quite expect. But if you don't have this one, for some reason it didn't drop in Forsaken, pick it up, because if nothing else, you should complete the collection. I just don't see it getting a lot of use right now, so it's cool to see in here for Xur selling it. Sadly, it's just not quite in the middle of its heyday right now. For armor, we've got Knucklehead radar. For hunters out there, definitely looking like a goofy space helmet. This is all about aiming. Provides radar while aiming, enhances your radar resolution while crouched. Mainly it's the radar while aiming. So you guys know Meta Multi-Tool and then Ace of Spades does this. This will do it for all your weapons. So if you're getting used to Crucible still, spending some time in there, learning map awareness and stuff like this, I say this is kind of like the training wheels for Crucible. It's a way for hunters to kind of learn, like, you know, if you want to keep your, scope down a lane, you can still actually kind of be aware where people might coming from instead, stuff like that. So it's not really going to be amazing per se in perks that it's going to make you do a lot, besides keeping your radar up while you aim. But other than that, it is a good one for just general awareness, mostly in Crucible. This one is not going to do much at all, really, when it comes to PvE stuff. You got Light Reactor, Ashes to Assets, Precision Weapon Targeting, Grenade Launcher Reserves, and Special Ammo Finder. So it's alright. Then we've got the ACD0 Feedback Fence, which made a nice return when it came to trying to see if I can turn these into what it looks like in the Shadowkeep video, something along those lines. But those are back. And you've got Fury, not Furry, wow, that's a completely wrong word. Fury Conductors. Melee abilities build, melee kills build energy. Being struck by a melee attack reduces incoming damage and unleashes the energy on in a devastating explosion. Now, being, like, melee kills is a good thing. It's kind of cool if you're getting melee kills. Sadly, melees are not the strongest unless you're facing, like, 600 Thrall, for example. And, of course, a public event while I record the video, because that's what should happen. But being struck by a melee attack reduces incoming damage, which is a good thing if you do take a melee, that, you'll survive a little more, and unleashes a devastating explosion of energy. Unfortunately, like, getting melee kills is not the most common thing. Like PvP, you can't rely on it. PvE, you probably shouldn't be too close to many things. If they're small enough for you to punch, you're probably not in that dire of an activity, unless you're just punching a bunch of like Thrall or Scion. And then being attacked reducing incoming damage isn't a bad thing, but waiting, depending on that happening, is kind of questionable. So I've never seen these as very high. Some people may have a better use for these, so if you do, comment, but let me know how I'm not using these. I just don't see these as anything but adding to your collection, really, because melee puts you at risk for a lot of things, and it's not somewhere you typically want to be, where you're probably going to get a dependable use out of these in PvE. You got fastball, kinetic, and power weapon loader, grenade launcher, scavenger, and heavy ammo finder. At least you got power weapon loader with a couple power weapons, so that's at least a nice pairing for those. Finally, if you're a warlock, buy these. I don't even have to look at the perks, just buy them. So, Geomag stabilizers. When Chaos Reach super energy is almost full, sprinting tops it off, which is more helpful than you honestly can imagine. Be like, oh, I'm almost at my super. Hold on, let me run for like 5-10 seconds. Cool, I got it. Done. Damaging enemies with Chaos Reach extends its duration. You can put so much damage into a boss. People use this to melt Gambit bosses. This is 100% guaranteed. Just buy this thing. Even if you don't have a Warlock right now, buy it, add it to your collection, put it in your vault, because you can't pull random ones, but put it in your vault. If you ever have a Warlock, you want these. So, it's also got Dynamo, so it reduces super ability when you're using your class ability, and as a Warlock, you'll use your Rift a lot, so that's actually pretty good. Kinetic and oversized dexterity is okay. And then we got primary and special ammo finder. So at least those two are pretty good. Special ammo finder and dynamo pretty good. But really just if you don't have this thing, buy it. You definitely should have it. And the new ornament, which I actually don't think I bought, is actually pretty cool for him too. But yeah, Geomag stabilizers, 100% buy for the Warlock. And probably the best thing in here. Queenbreaker is cool. I don't expect to see a lot of them running around. People may do it for fun. But it's a heavy, and it's a fusion rifle, and it's only so good. And it's taken up an exotic slot, and these two are pretty much okay. So, meh week for most of you, but Warlock's definitely a must for those Warlock Geomag stabilizers. But you guys know where to find me. It's Twitch and Twitter. It's Ebontis on both. That's pretty much all I have for this video. Look for the Nightfall solo for this week, and I'll try and do more of a completion guide for the next couple of weeks for those of you who need them for those Nightfall quest completions for Truth. And other than that, that's pretty much all I got for today. You can find the last word in the podcast we just recorded this morning on iTunes, Spotify, stuff like that. Just look up Ebontis, you'll find it. And right here on YouTube, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the alert bell. Actually keeps me in your feed too. Seems to be more efficient than anything. And other than that, you guys are amazing. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll see you soon. Glad to have my internet back. Let's just say that.